Yeah.
It's George.
It's Elaine.
Come on up.
Hey, Vinny, listen to...
I never heard anything like this in my life. Listen to this.
This is exciting! This is exciting! Huh? Did I miss anything already?
Kramer, get in!
Where's the crazy man?
Hey, sit down. Come on, it's about to start.
Welcome to Seincast, a retrospective on all 180 episodes of Seinfeld, being hosted by two guys who can barely run their own lives. My name is Vinny.
My name's Matt.
Welcome, my friend.
Hello.
How you doing?
Doing well. This episode is all about Velcro.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, what was that, Vinny, for our listeners at home? What did you use to produce the Velcro sound?
Well, I was trying to think of something Velcro in the house, and the only thing I could come up with was I have a weightlifting belt. So I went out to the car in my gym bag, and out it came.
You were like a Foley artist. You know, you had your prop ready to go.
I like prop comedy.
Yeah, me too.
Big fan of Gallagher. He's all right.
Yeah, that guy's all right. I don't really know how to start this week's episode other than a little bit of news.
Hey, I got news for you.
Great news. All right, I got news. You ready?
What?
Well, this is from Regal Beagle Reboot. He's also at Whiskey Gold on Twitter, one of our listeners of the show. Right after we finished recording last week's episode, he let us know that those Seinfeld figures from Vinyl Sugar are being released in July of 2015. Vinny, tell me about these things. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know if they're actually posable, but as you said earlier, they look like the Wallace and Gromit claymation figures. They look like they can be molded.
I was saying that off mic. They kind of have those kind of buggy eyes and really smooth sort of features to them.
But I don't know if they're made of rubber or plastic. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I don't know either. I assume they just stand there. I don't think they bend.
Yeah, that's okay. Who's the lineup? Who we got?
Well, we got Kramer, we got Newman, Soup Nazi, Frank Costanza, Jay Peterman, and David Puddy.
Because I definitely want the main four. That has to happen.
Yeah, I assume these are just a wave. Well, I would imagine there'd be 4 waves in total, and you would, of course, want one of the main 4 in each wave. So if we have a wave 2, I'd assume we'd see maybe an Elaine or Jerry.
Now, it'd be fun to speculate on who these other side characters would be.
That's what I was going to pose to you. What do you? Who else do you think will be in this? If there are more figures, we're just speculating. Yeah. Who else would show up?
Well, it has to be somebody integral to the series.
Yes. It wouldn't be like a Peter Melman figure or a Larry Charles figure.
Yeah. All right. That's enough.
Which I would buy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it'd be nice if they made a Larry.
Oh, Larry David.
That'd be. Oh, that would make me so happy.
That would be a great addition for like the 4th wave or like a bonus figure.
Yeah, bonus. I don't know. Ruthie Cohen is jumping out at me right now.
Really?
Complete with cash register.
Huh. Well, you know, it always helps for me to think of the finale because the finale had so many returning characters that were so iconic. Babu Bhatt would be one. Let's think of maybe Kenny Banya.
Banya, good one.
Even Keith Hernandez, I think, would make a great figure.
Jackie Childs.
Oh my God, Jackie Childs, come on. They did really go after so many of the big minor characters, if that makes sense. You know, I mean, Peterman, Puddy, Newman, they've shown up in so many episodes.
I love that we got Frank Costanza, which makes me think, would they grab another parent? Because we got, Helen and Morty.
Oh, I think you would have to, right?
Yeah, maybe that'd be a set, because I don't see too many people buying a solo Helen.
Good point.
No offense.
Yeah, Liz Sheridan is, of course, our number 1 listener. Out of all 6 of these, though, which one would you buy first if you could only get one?
Frank Costanza, hands down.
Maybe put him out with the Christmas decorations?
Exactly.
I'm not sure which one I would go with. The Frank one is pretty appealing because he is pretty unique. He's shorter and he has that Festivus pole with him.
Yeah.
But
yeah, they managed to capture them in some sort of iconic pose or something very attributable to the character, such as Puddy's wearing his 8-ball jacket. And Kramer's doing one of those poses where he's like, woo-hoo-hoo, you know.
I tweeted John O'Hurley, who plays Jay Peterman, with a picture of the figure. and he said it looks like he had too much caffeine because I don't know if you can look at the picture. I know you don't have it in front of you. But
I do see it.
Oh, you do? His eyes are huge, and they're pointing in different directions.
He looks like, give me the name, Young Frankenstein.
Oh, Marty Feldman?
There it is. Thank you.
And he's got a cup of coffee with him, which I guess he did carry around from time to time. Mm-hmm. But anyways, figured we could mention that. And thanks again to our listener, Regal Beagle Reboot, at Whiskey Gold on Twitter. These come out in July. I assume you'll be able to buy them in most, comic book stores or your Barnes & Noble. But we'll see. I think you can buy them also on Amazon, Entertainment Earth, any of those kind of websites. But we'll let you know as we get closer to the release date. So, Vinny, on to this week's episode. What do you want to talk about?
The 5th episode of Season 4, The Wallet, written by Larry David, directed by Tom Sharonis, and it aired September 23rd, 1992.
92. Don't have much trivia this week.
Yeah, kind of a bare bones episode in terms of trivia.
Yeah, it is. I'm sure we'll have enough to fill an hour and a half.
Ugh.
Yeah, really.
Oh, boy.
Here we go. The only bit of... It's not really trivia, but it's just something to talk about before we get started, is how this episode really just picks up right where the last one left off.
Yeah.
And we're going to see that not only to next week's episode, but the week after, and the week after, and their friends,
and
their
so
friends.
on, and so on.
It's insane how every episode has an element that links into the next.
Yeah, there's either a callback to something that happened in a previous season, or something that's being set up that will pay off in a following episode, even in the finale. Mm-hmm.
It's nuts, which makes me think of the whole issue with Seinfeld streaming. I don't think any brand has picked up the show yet at this point. I think we would have heard about it. But, this whole idea of streaming content, binge watching shows, you want this ongoing storyline. Seinfeld was really doing that before a lot of shows were.
Yes, they were.
In the comedy realm, at least.
Yeah.
While some people might argue that that's not true, that there's no ongoing storylines or there's nothing to really track. It's standalone episodes. But in this season, at least, I would highly disagree.
Oh, yeah, hands down. I think I'm taking it personally, though, the fact that Netflix passed on Seinfeld. Yeah, because I would love to have, because I'm a subscriber of Netflix, and I would love to see Seinfeld, be right there next to Friends and all these other shows. But yeah, I can binge watch. I'll do a disc at a time, 5 episodes, and then pop in the next one. Mm-hmm. But that's me. That's me.
Yeah.
Hey.
There's something about Friends. If we're going to be talking about just the today's generation, I just don't think Seinfeld works to bringing in new viewers as much as Friends does.
Yeah.
And but that's almost a compliment. And I don't mean to sound like this elitist or anything, but no, come on, man. I'm just going to say it. I think Seinfeld is a more clever show than Friends. I don't want to say it's a funnier show. I think funny is so
subjective.
Yeah, it is, and your personal taste. But there's something about Seinfeld that never felt as broad or as hollow. I don't know. Something about Seinfeld for me just feels a lot more clever, and therefore the fans are much smarter people and better people.
Are you listening, guys?
Anyways, yeah, that's all I got really for trivia. Just these ongoing story arcs. You got anything?
Got nothing.
Got nothing? All right. Well, let's get started.
My parents had 2 constant arguments while they were driving over either how fast my father was going or how much gas was left in the tank. My father had a standard defense for either one of these. It was always, that's because you're looking at it from an angle. If you were over here, it looks from where you're sitting. It looks like I'm doing 90 on empty. But that's because you're over there. If you were over here, you'd know I'm in the driveway with a full tank.
Oh, man. I love this stand-up already because I know we're going to get a healthy dose of Morty and Helen. And again, another one of Seinfeld's common themes in his stand-up is talking about his parents.
Yes.
So I can imagine Helen and Morty driving in the car and Morty saying this.
Yes, absolutely. I wonder if this came from, well, I would assume it actually came from Jerry's life.
From Cal. Yeah, I would imagine from his own dad.
Cal Seinfeld. Do you know his mom's name by chance?
No.
Okay.
Let me see if I can. Look that up.
Okay. Cal, though, I don't know if we've ever brought up Jerry's dad's name on the show. That's interesting because that is Superman's Kryptonian name. Like, the House of El, and his father is Jor, so he would be Jor El, and Superman is Cal on Krypton.
Which is also his ATM code.
Yes, there you go. It all comes back to Superman somehow. By the way, did you see that Superman Batman trailer?
Oh, I saw it.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
I know we are all over the place. Yeah, Seinfeld's mom was Betty.
oh, Betty.
She's a total Betty.
It's a cute name, Betty Seinfeld.
So no, we got Kalman Seinfeld. He was Hungarian. And his mom was Betty Hesney. She's Syrian Jewish descent.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so first scene of the episode, we're in Jerry's car, and he's driving his parents. I guess just picked them up from the airport, right? Mm-hmm. It's been a while since we saw Helen and Morty, wasn't it? The Pen.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like we're getting that territory where Helen and Morty are going to be showing up a lot more than just one episode per season.
Thank you.
Well, Jerry's telling them all about the NBC meeting, which happened previously in the pitch and the ticket. They haven't signed the contract, they being Jerry and George, because George, of course, thinks that the 13,000 isn't enough to write a pilot.
What do you got? Leather seats here?
Morty is just that character in this scene that just interrupts the conversation.
Well,
constantly.
he's kind of acting like either George or Jerry for that matter, and that he's not even paying attention to what's going on, and he'll just kind of say something.
He will. There is something about Morty this episode where he gets a little more he turns more into an old man, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah.
He a little, not senile, but just a little, what's the word I'm looking for?
Crotchety?
A little crotchety, yeah. Complaining a lot more. Mm-hmm. And there's this line here too. We're kind of jumping ahead if you can, but he's talking about the airline meal. You know, that airline meal was the worst. And Jerry's like, how could you eat fish on a plane? And the way he says this line, he's like, because she puts up a stink every time I have a piece of meat. Like, it's that old-timey...
quintessential father complaining about his wife.
Yeah, I don't know, the character is evolving a little bit here, where he's just, I think he's for the better.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I'd like to point out, Helen says to Jerry, since when is George a writer? And you notice Jerry's response to that?
Wait, what writer? It's a sitcom.
Which is a callback to the line George used during the pitch episode.
Ah, good point.
So, again, keep an eye out for all these little references to previous or preludes?
Or earlier episodes.
No, I'm saying, but we have references to the old episodes, and also the groundwork will be laid for other things to happen in future episodes that will pay off.
Mm-hmm. And I'm really surprised with Jerry's experience. We touched on this last week. Jerry is this seasoned, professional comedian. Who's George? Who is he? He has so much power over Jerry. Like, Jerry's really letting George take the reins on this.
You're right. Yeah.
To be fair, though, George does have a background in corporate, New York business, realty, of course, with Rick Barr Associates, or is it Rick Barr Properties? But still, it just feels a little off that Jerry would be, letting George drive the bus, as it were.
Yeah, he's the smarter one.
I guess. I wouldn't... Wait, George is smarter than Jerry?
No, Jerry's the smarter one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay.
So, jumping back to that line, you said, because she puts up a stink every time I have a piece of meat. You notice how when this episode ends, when Jerry's trying to change the subject off of his watch, he says to his dad, "Dad, what do you say we have some red meat tonight? Let's live a little."
Yes. Trying desperately to change the subject.
But I like that that's something about Morty that we've learned is he doesn't eat red meat.
Mm-hmm.
He's all about the fish.
I don't get how Larry David does this. Like, I don't know if he has a formula or if he's like, oh, you got to bring back the beginning. Little check marks along the way.
It's hard to keep track.
Oh,
I would imagine.
Mm-hmm. So we cut over to George's car, right? He is with Susan, as we know from NBC. Mm-hmm. They're, I assume, on a date, right? They are boyfriend-girlfriend.
I wanted to point that out. How long has it been since their meeting?
I would say no more than a week. You don't sit on an offer from NBC, right?
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah. I'd assume you'd have the weekend to think it over.
Yeah. But so George is rejecting the deal because it's too low. 13,000 is too low, and he goes on about the Ted Danson deal standard.
Ted Danson.
Susan's like, you're not Ted Danson.
I didn't say I was Ted Danson.
So George has this hubris, this unwaverable confidence about him, and she's knocking him down already. You're not Ted Danson. But I wanted to point out as well, she gives a box of cigars, which is a present from her father. So are they not dating? Is it serious? It's only been a week and she's already giving a gift to George from her father.
When you add up all of those little components, it does seem to be a little conflicting. Like, at the same time, though, let's say Susan hasn't dated a lot, and her father's so happy for her. Maybe he's moving, 0 to 60. Like, hey, give your boyfriend this gift. I'm just so happy for you guys.
Have you met Mr. Ross? He ain't giving no box of cigars on the first date.
Maybe she's lying. Maybe he gave them to her and she regifted.
All right, that's enough out of this.
Well, ultimately in this scene, we have George just saying, "Hey, Jerry and I are in complete agreement. 13,000 is too low. I speak for Jerry," and she's like, "All right, I'll tell Russell."
Yeah, you tell Russell.
One quick thing here before we move on regarding the cigars. When George was like, "Oh, do I need to write your father a thank you note?" Yeah. And Susan has that great line, "Oh, you're a writer. You'll know what to say." That whole thing feels like a Peter Millman joke for some reason. I just finished watching his show, It's Like his LA-based sitcom. Mm-hmm. And just that line, that kind of like worrying over, do I have to write a note, a thank you note? Something about him that I'm attributing to him. I'm sure Larry David came up with it, but
I think more Larry David in that now it's this chore. You've given me a gift, and now he has this chore of having to write and be clever in a thank you note. Mm-hmm. And it's actually he's overcome with this anxiety now of having to write this clever note. So I see Larry David, but I could also see Peter Millman. Yeah,
a little bit. God, we're jumping around so much here, but back to Susan real quick. I just wanted to say I find her, particularly Heidi Swedberg, very just charming in this scene. I really like her.
I had the same thing in my notes. She's radiant in the car. She's so beautiful. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is.
And I think the Susan character is very different in season 7 once she's been through the the gambit of dating George to Mona, the Mona situation,
the fire, the vomit. We could go on.
And every week with the calls.
She found out her father's a closeted homosexual.
Oh, don't spoil it.
Oh, whoops.
Come on.
Take that out.
But, she kind of turns into a somewhat angrier person, I would say, in season 7. Or at least not angrier, but just not really willing to put up with the bullshit, as it were, of life. Okay. But these early seasons, she's just really, there's something about her. Maybe it's the acting. I don't think it's really the character, because the Susan character on page isn't anything that special. Mm-hmm. But I think Heidi Swedberg really brings a lot to that character as an actress. Anywho, next scene, Jerry's car. They are now getting gas, actually. Exciting gas station scene.
This is from a previous scene with Morty and Helen, but I just wanted to point out the way Helen is very involved in Jerry's life, and she's very much authoritative in telling Jerry, you better sign that contract, And even you got Jerry who's in his mid-30s, and you still have the overbearing mom who's protective of him.
But she's not unpleasant, with Helen. She's a little invasive, a little nosy, but it's not to the point of, the kind of energy Estelle Costanza brings to a scene.
Which aggravates George.
Yes.
But this, Jerry, it rolls right off his back, and he's like, I will, I'll sign it.
Of course. Well, in this scene, she's wondering, hey, did you wait long at the gate? Which makes her notice that Jerry's not wearing the watch that they gave them. Now, remember, this is the watch he threw away in the, I think it was the beginning of the ticket. He throws it away in the garbage can when he's talking before Uncle Leo shows up.
Mm-hmm. What do you know? We got a flashback to that very moment.
Yeah, there you go. Jerry, of course, is, oh, shoot, I threw this watch out. And he lies and says it's being fixed by a jeweler. But Morty insists, on taking it back because he has a guarantee. You can sense the conflict already happening. How long am I going to keep this lie going? So at this point, the gas station attendant tells them, "Hey, 1850," which is fantastic. I assume that's a full tank.
Yeah.
And we get this just great moment between Jerry and Morty.
A classic moment. One of my favorites in the series.
That's 1850.
Here, I got it.
What are you talking about? It's my car. Let me pay for the gas.
No, put it away.
Dad,
Stop it.
I have money. I make money.
Yeah, you make money.
You don't think I make money. That's what you think, isn't it?
No, I don't think that.
Yes, you do. That's what you both think.
I'm paying.
Dad, I'm paying.
Get out
You're
of
not
here.
paying.
Now, Jerry, please do not do this to your father. My dad's out of here. Right now.
So good. And you can even see just the joy on Jerry's face in this scene as they struggle.
He cracks, but it's perfect. It has to be in, it has to be kept in.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I love this scene. We learn that Morty, although he's somewhat careful with his money, it's really sweet in that he always wants to pay for Jerry, you know? And I can relate to this because I'm 31 years old and my father still will not let me pay for anything. I still have never gotten to treat him to dinner.
Really?
Yeah, I fight him, and I'm next time I see him, I'm gonna give it to him. But
Oh, man.
he won't let me.
That's a nice thing though to have, with your parents.
It's
do you
sweet.
struggle ever, like fight like this physically?
No.
No. So something I would love to see is how they shot this scene in front of an audience. This portion, while they're in the car, is filmed actually. Where was it, Vinny?
It was filmed at the CBS Studio Center. They actually had a real gas station on the lot. And this scene was filmed late on a Monday night. And there wasn't enough time to process and edit the film prior to the audience taping, which was on Tuesday evening, the following day. So we had Barney Martin, Liz Sheridan, and Jerry sit on the Seinfeld apartment set and reenact the scene, which seems to be a common thing. If for whatever reason they couldn't show the audience the taped version of the scene in other episodes as well, the characters would get on the couch and kind of pretend to be driving a car or just reenact the scene. So it would have been a nice treat to see them, a real treat to see them do that.
That's what I want to see, is them sitting in the apartment and just that image, of Helen in the back, Morty and Jerry in the front. We've posted a few pictures online of, the phone call scene in the Fix Up with George and I always call her Janice, but it's not Janice.
Nope.
Sylvia. On either side of the couch, and it's just so neat. Another one is the what is
chess
it?
game?
The chess
penis
game,
versus brain chess match with George playing the part of the penis.
The penis,
Yes.
yeah. And another one was the letter. That was a big one when they have the fight scene over the Baltimore hat.
Yes.
They were all in Jerry's apartment filming. So yeah, it would have just been a cool image to have. Real quick, does it seem a little weird that the gas station attendant is asking for the money? Because I always thought that was a New Jersey thing, being as I'm live in New Jersey. But in New York, you pump your own gas.
That's true. Well, what did he say? Did we have a exterior shot of the airport? There was an exit sign.
Oh yeah, it was the Van Wyck.
LaGuardia?
It was definitely New York.
Okay. Good question.
Yeah.
I guess. Was it only for the sake of getting the scene with them arguing over the money? Maybe?
Probably. We're trying to make sense of a minor detail from a 23-year-old episode.
Leave it in.
So yeah, go ahead.
The attendant is played by actor Brian Lechner. He has been in episodes of Married with Children, Ellen, X-Files, ER, House, NCIS, The Mentalist. He was also on a TV show called LA Firefighters, and he was in the movie Joyride, a Paul Walker joint.
Steve Zahn.
Yeah.
I remember that one. That was a remake of, it's kind of like a duel scenario, right? It's the semi-truck following them.
I don't know.
Okay.
I just know that I can just picture the cover. That's all I got.
So next scene is in Jerry's apartment, and there Jerry and his parents enter. I relate to this scene, Vinny, as you mentioned your dad, always having to pay. My dad is always trying to carry heavy things, and he can't. It's not that he's out of shape. He's in great shape for his age, but, the muscle's deteriorating. He's not as strong as he used to be, and I have to wind up carrying it. And this is something we would fight over. Let me carry this for you.
So we argue over bills. Your family argues over suitcases.
Yeah, well,
You think Morty's got a brick in his suitcase as part of his exercise program?
Possibly. Well, he's in New York here because he needs to visit a back specialist. He threw his back out as we'll find out later, on the couch from the pen.
Another callback.
So Kramer enters here, and I think that this is not the first time the audience has gone crazy for him. It's happened before.
Oh, they went gaga.
Yeah, but here it's just insane. Oh my God, it's the star of the show, the best character. I'll play a clip here real quick.
Hey, Morty. Hey, Mr. Kramer. Hey, this is Seinfeld. Hi.
What do you think? Do you like the audience applause?
So it's kind of it reminds me of those old classic TV shows like I Love Lucy, when a character would enter and the audience would go nuts. So it kind of makes it feel like, ooh, I'm watching this classic TV show. But one of the gripes that Larry David had with this was that it took away precious seconds that they needed for, to get jokes in and editing, and it would throw the actors off their rhythm, so their timing and where to be, blocking everything, that would throw them off. And
oh, well, it kind of disrupted the reality. I mean, of course, we're looking at a sitcom here, but I agree with Larry 100%, and that's one reason why I've loved Seinfeld all these years, is I never felt like I was watching a sitcom.
Right.
There are a few moments here or there, case in point, the audience applauding, but most sitcoms, I always complain about the set design. You have a door on the left, you have a room on the far right, and actors walk from left to right. Mm-hmm. And what I love about this set is I feel like there's some depth to it, as small as it is.
Well, yeah, it was very important to Larry to have a show as closely related to real life as possible, especially in these early seasons. So this disrupted that. That's another thing I love about Morty. I'm in love with Morty in this episode, but the way he refers to Kramer as Mr. Kramer, and he does that throughout the series. But it's a great little nuance of his character, and it's always a delight when you see Michael and Barney on screen together.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Barney Martin is bringing something to the Morty character this episode. I don't know what it is. He just has more emotion, whether he's grumpy or happy in this case. There's just a lot more there.
I find him so charming. Like, I want him to be my grandfather, the way he acts.
Yeah.
And did you notice Kramer is drinking a Pepsi?
Oh, yeah. This is a pretty big step in the, what do you want to call it?
Product placement?
Yeah, but I don't think... Wayne Knight brought this up on that Nerdist episode when he was talking about, certain brands like Junior Mint or Pez Dispenser, what have you. A lot of times, Seinfeld, they never asked for permission.
They just did it. And they kind of got on the topic of, well, doesn't that kind of piss off a company if you use their brand? But over time, companies really wanted to get in on the action, as it were. Hey, can you get my product on your show? And they would send cases of product to the show in hopes of them using it in a following episode.
Mm-hmm. Snapple, though, I think is a big product that gets mentioned. A lot of candy bars.
Junior Mint, Clark Bar,
Snickers,
O. Henry, Snickers,
Twix,
Three Musketeers,
bite size. But yeah, that Pepsi can. I don't know if they got paid for it or what, but that was a.
Remember, Michael did a commercial for Pepsi as well.
Of course.
And Jason did the Rhodes Gold pretzel commercial for the Super Bowl, and then he had some of those in the glasses episode.
Yes. So Helen notices a little bandage on the side of Kramer's head. He says, hey, it's just a mild concussion. But he talks a little bit about the party he was having and the incident with Crazy Joe Davola, and actually Jerry being the one who tipped him off. Even goes far as to say that Joe Davola's after Jerry now.
He what?
Love this line from Jerry. He's like, Kramer.
Yeah.
So mad. Helen, of course, is pretty worried, and she actually tells Morty. She's like, Morty, do you hear this?
I'll make a few calls.
Who are you going to call?
What are you worried about?
I love how all of a sudden Morty is like this badass, He's just like, oh, I'll make a few calls. So there's this moment here where Jerry's explaining to his mom that, hey, Joe Davola, he just doesn't like me. And we get this very protective mother scene, like the mama bird. Like, how could anyone not like you?
What a wonderful quality of Helen to just staunch, support of her son. And she even goes as far as hitting Jerry. Jerry, don't say that. When Jerry says, Mom, I know this may pain you when I say it, but there may be some people out there that don't like me. She can't stand to hear it.
No, it's really tough.
And this is another line that we'll see in a later episode in season 4.
Oh, how does that work?
When the pilot's airing and we're going to all the different characters, making comments about the pilot, we see Morty and Helen laughing in hysterics. And she goes, how could anyone not like him?
Maybe some people don't like him. I can see that. This whole deal with not the overprotective mother, but a mother who is so concerned about whether people like her son. Didn't that get brought up in the Fresh Air interview with Larry David? Do you remember that?
Do they like you, Larry? Do they like what you're doing? Yes.
Yes. Larry's mom that would sort of be like the main concern. He's producing this show, Seinfeld. He tells his mom about it, and she just wants to know if everyone likes him. So similar concern here.
Yeah.
During this moment, though, when Jerry and his mom are talking about, hey, some people don't like me. If you look in the background, Morty and Kramer are talking, or at least they're mouthing words to each other. The actors are. Did you pick up on any of that? Did you look at that? All right.
So looking in the foreground.
So it's kind of hard to sell on an audio podcast. It's just easier to watch the episode, but I'll describe it as best I can. Kramer and Morty are talking, and it's not an entirely engaging conversation, but Kramer's a little physical, and he does this with his hands. He kind of horizontally kind of karate chops, then another one above it, almost like he's doing a ladder or steps. Levels, exactly.
Oh my goodness.
And I can't read lips, but it looks to me a little bit that he's saying carpet. I swear. Watch the clip.
It's gotta be it.
There's a little bit of a payoff next episode, as we'll talk about next week. And I swear he's telling Morty about the carpeted levels that goes all the way back to what? Is that the stakeout? I can't remember.
Yeah, because Morty and Helen, the old Morty and Helen are in that episode too.
Oh yeah,
big dinner with dessert. But I got to the end of the week.
I'll give you a year. So, anyways, if you watch that clip, just look at Kramer. It looks like that's what he's talking about.
That Larry David, I'd give up my firstborn for him.
All right, let's move on to this little clip here.
I'm sorry.
Well, we're going to talk about Jerry's watch here.
Hey, Jerry, what time you got?
I haven't got my watch on. It's being fixed.
When you getting it back?
Next week.
Next week? How come it's taking so long?
Huh?
I said, how come it's taking so long?
I don't know. They're backed up.
Wait a minute. Where did you take it?
Where did I take it?
Yeah.
Where did I take it? To that place on Columbus and 85th. Okay?
What, Jimmy Sherman?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the guy. I take my stuff in there all the time. Hey, I bet I can get your watch back by tomorrow morning.
No, Kramer, I don't want you to say anything to him.
No, I'd be happy to. He's a friend of mine.
I'd like to follow the regular procedures. I don't want any special treatment.
Hey, I'm gonna get that watch back for you by tomorrow, buddy. You see. Bring me the receipt. I get that too.
Be right.
There's no garbage. I threw it in a garbage can on the street. It didn't keep good time. My parents gave it to me, but I didn't like it, so don't mention it again, okay?
Yeah, all right.
All right.
Wait. What? No.
What was that about?
Oh, no, he's got my calamine lotion. I told him not to return it. If he needs it, he should keep it. He's got a thing on his ankle.
How could anyone not like him?
I find it odd Kramer asking Jerry, hey, Jerry, what time you got? I know it's setting up the joke and the whole story. For one, Kramer doesn't believe in wearing a watch, as we'll find in a later episode. And he also tells time by the sun.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of interesting. I don't know. I'm just splitting hairs here. But it was kind of an odd thing for Kramer to ask out of the blue, I thought.
Yeah, it is a little odd, but you almost forget about it because it screws Jerry over immediately.
Absolutely. But I do buy Kramer being so nosy and inquiring about who'd you give it to, and when are you getting it back?
Oh, Jimmy Sherman. And I love the fact that Jerry he's just throwing out not a random address, but there's no way this will come back to haunt me. And of course, Kramer knows the guy, and it just keeps going and going. God, there's just so many great moments here from Jerry taking the knife. Where did I take it? Where did I take it? So mad at Kramer right now. And this is, I think, one of Kramer's defining characteristics. Just screwing over the other characters unintentionally. There's not a bad bone in Kramer's body, despite him saying, you don't want to get on my bad side. He's not trying to be a jerk. He wants
to help. He wants to help him get his watch back. I can get that watch to you by tomorrow morning.
So, as you all heard the clip here, there was a little bit of a deleted scene. Did you watch this on the DVD?
I did not watch it.
Okay, so let me just describe it to everyone real quick because it's not really worth playing. So Jerry goes out, talks to Kramer in the hallway, and then he comes back in, and you have that line with Helen where she's like, oh, what was that about? And he's like, oh, he's got my calamine lotion thing on my ankle. He walks off. So he walks off, and then there's this just a lone shot of Morty and Helen in the family room or the living room, and the door slowly opens, and it takes like 15 seconds for it to just open inch by inch by inch, and you slowly see Kramer revealed in the crack, and he's like, Jerry? Helen calls Jerry. Jerry comes out. They go back to the hallway again, and you have almost like a repeat of the scene earlier where Kramer's like, well, what trash can did you throw the watch away in? And he starts telling him, hey, you could go to the garbage dump and find the watch, like look for it. And Jerry has to explain to Kramer like how many trash cans there are in New York and how big the garbage dumps are. And Kramer's like, oh, there's a guy that can do it for you. And it literally ends the same way where Jerry walks away and Kramer's like, wait. Okay, go. He goes in. Then Helen's like, hey, what was that about? Again, similar to before. And Jerry's like, he doesn't have much lotion left in the bottle. He just wants to make sure it's okay to use the rest of it.
Oh, I like that.
And then Helen says, oh, how can anyone not like him? So that how can anyone not like him, that's in the actual episode, that's from the end. Does that make sense?
It makes more sense now, having seen, she saw Jerry being good-natured and saying, oh, Kramer, you can have the rest of my lotion.
Yes.
Versus him just saying he has something on his heel.
Mm-hmm. But when you watch the scene, if anyone out there has the DVD, it's a pretty unfunny scene, and it's just
okay.
If they were running short and they needed some extra material, it would make sense. But yeah, it's the first thing to go when you're cutting for time.
Great editing.
We cut to the back specialist here, and this is our first scene with Helen and Morty, just Helen and Morty. Morty immediately starts complaining about the forms he has to fill out, which I think we can all relate to. It's a book, practically.
Wait, who gave him the forms, Matt?
Well, that would be Double Dipper, Denise Dowse.
You double dipped the chip.
Double dipped? What are you talking about?
And I would argue one of the more recognizable double dippers.
I did not see this one coming.
You didn't see this one?
No, not at all.
Get out of here. So we got Denise Dowse. She plays the receptionist in this episode, The Wallet. She will also come back to play the wife of Joe Temple in The Couch. So 2 years later, 1994, in The Couch episode, when George is trying to watch the video of Breakfast at Tiffany's, he finds out whose house it is. It's at Joe Temple, and his wife is played by Denise Dowse.
Joe Temple. It sounds like a temple. Joe Temple. Mother of Remy, right?
Yeah.
I love that he pushes her away. He's like, come on, move down.
Yeah.
That's the scene when she comes in and she's like, so-and-so is taking a turn for the worse. And he's like, hey,
Duncan.
Can you quiet down?
Yeah. Classic scene. Can't wait for it.
She's great in this scene. I really like her brief performance here. She just seems like a real annoyed receptionist.
Oh, yeah. She's not having it.
And Denise Dowse, she is a double dipper herself. DD.
That's right.
Okay.
Alliteration. Gotta love it. This actress was in a Jake and the Fat Man episode. She was in a Full House, a Murphy Brown, a Buffy and the Vampire Slayer, Starship Troopers, News Radio, Step by Step, Pleasantville, Requiem for a Dream. She was in several episodes of Beverly Hills 90210, Becker, Dr. Doolittle 2, Coach Carter, and Ray.
That's a pretty good resume.
Hell yeah.
By the way, huge shoulder pads on Denise Dowse.
I'm glad you pointed that out because I had it as well, but I think I've been laying it on a little thick. So
no, there was a wide shot, and I was just like, where do her shoulders end? It just
looks like a linebacker.
Yeah, come on. So Morty again points out, as we mentioned earlier, that he never had a back problem until the night he slept on the convertible sofa, which happened at the end of the pen.
Is that callback again?
Yeah. Well, of course, Helen doesn't think it's the sofa, and Morty's like, hey, you stick up for that sofa like I'm criticizing a person. Apparently, Uncle Leo recommended this doctor. His name is Dr. What was it? Denbrow. And I think we get a little bit of character development here because Morty's like, Leo, I'm listening to Leo now.
Yeah, he's ragging on Leo. Probably doesn't think too highly of Leo.
Right, which we've seen Morty and Leo, at least in the same episodes. We're talking about the pony remark and the pen. Yeah, Uncle Leo was there as well.
That's right. In the pony remark, he'll say about Cousin Jeffrey, and it's always about Cousin Jeffrey, right?
Okay, good point. So maybe this isn't the first time Morty has complained about Leo.
And Leo is Helen's brother.
Yes.
On Helen's side.
So it makes sense that maybe the brother-in-laws don't get along too well.
Well, it's Uncle Leo. I mean, come on.
We do get one of my favorite Morty lines here.
Have you ever had a sexually transmitted disease? That's it.
I love that delivery for some reason.
Yeah, because it kind of extends the way he's a sexually transmitted disease.
Pause. That's it. And he's kind of staring off into the distance. Yeah, so Morty's pretty fed up, and he just gives the forms back to the receptionist. Got my name, my address, that's all you need. And we get our act break. So, Vinny, I want to tell you about an online company that sells razors, a website that's in the shape of a square that designs your website for you. No, we don't have any advertisers yet.
Matt, what are you doing?
Okay, we'll move on. Next scene, when we get back from the commercial, is Jerry's apartment. Jerry can't believe George passed on the deal. He's pretty upset. George tries to, make him understand. Hey, a little bit about comedy, a little bit about relationships, some baseball, but you're out of your element here. It's embarrassing.
I'm negotiating. It's what you do in business.
Well, Jerry puts it in perspective, though. Hey, hundreds of people are trying to get pilot deals. NBC goes with maybe 5. So if they're going to pass, NBC is okay with it.
Ooh, I'm shaking.
Oh, God. We're getting back to like season 1 George, where he's just so cocky and arrogant. Big turnoff.
Well, I think you're wrong.
Well, we'll just see.
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
I just said that.
I know you did.
So good for you.
So good for you.
What, are you repeating everything I'm saying?
What, are you repeating everything I'm saying?
Well, George is an idiot.
Well,
do you like this side of George, that's just really just acting like a real jackass?
No. I think of it, if it was my friend doing that, I'd find him really irritating. But the fact that I'm watching it on a television, yes, it is.
It's not real. They're just actors.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just something about George. I prefer my George stupid or just pathetic, not cocky or arrogant on top of the world. I don't like that.
My favorite George is when he's been crapped on and just kicked around by everybody, but then something goes his way, and he gets a little bit of... But he's not cocky about it. That's my favorite George.
Yes, it's just that little glimmer just makes everything right. So we cut back to the back specialist, and Morty's in the waiting room. He's pretty bored. I think he's like looking around at all the little jars and things on the wall. And at one point, he just opens the door and he starts shouting. You're like, what's going on? What's going on? He's been waiting 20 minutes. Can you blame the guy?
They keep you here a year. They don't give a damn.
Well, a nurse eventually shows up and she rips apart that Velcro strap on. Vinny, what are those things called? They take your blood pressure?
The official term is a sphygmomanometer, but
wow.
You lay people just say blood pressure.
I didn't even know what to call it in my notes here. I just had question marks.
It's a cuff.
It's a cuff. Morty freaks out, when he hears the Velcro sound. He can't stand that Velcro tear. even points out when he was in raincoats, right? He refused to put any of that into his lines.
Very nice touch. That's the first mention of raincoats, right?
I think so.
And it's a throwaway line.
It is. It makes sense.
We don't hear about the executive of the beltless trench coat until later on. And then we have the raincoats episode. So I think this is just a throwaway, and it just happened to be. I feel like this must have been in the mind of Larry or whoever came up with this, that Morty is going to be a raincoat salesman for his career.
I'm telling you, man, there was some serious thought about Morty this episode moving forward. We're just getting too many little details that really stick with the character as he goes on.
So the nurse is played by Susan Eileen Johnson. This was her first acting gig. She also played a nurse in 9 Months, which I really like. That's a movie with Hugh Grant and Julianne Moore. Don't judge me.
No. Robin Williams, too. It's great.
There you go. And she was also in Mad About You, Family Matters, Third Rock from the Sun. Her last acting credit was in 1999, though.
Wow.
So,
what was that for?
You put me on the spot.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's okay. I thought you were just looking at IMDb. Well, while you're looking that up, the nurse takes Morty off to do some x-rays for his back, and she tells him specifically, hey, leave all your stuff behind.
Oh, it was Pain, a TV series. She was in one episode.
I remember Pain. That was the...
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was the Faulty Towers knockoff with... what's the guy's name from Night Court? Blind Date? Oh, come on.
John Larroquette.
There you go. Yeah, it was not a good show.
Hey, Julie Benz was in it.
Who's that? Oh, Dexter.
Rita.
Yeah, there you go. So, anyways, we're really all over the place this episode.
Yeah.
What happened? So, next scene is at Jerry's apartment, and I guess the NBC talk has sort of died down. George offers, hey, Jerry, you want this box of Cuban cigars since he smoked one the other night and got really nauseous. Any connection there? The whole nauseated sort of feeling. It reminded me when George smokes to try to get out of the engagement with Susan, and he gets really sick and...
He's not one for smoking.
No, he is not one for smoking. Have you ever had a Cuban cigar before? Do you want to reveal that information here?
I did try one.
You did? A Cuban?
Yeah. I don't like smoking cigars. I just did it so I could say I smoked a Cuban.
Oh.
But no, I'm not a big cigar guy.
No. I'd like to try one. I've never smoked ever in my life, so I'm always afraid if I try, I'll get hooked. But cigars, I don't think that's really like the type of thing that you get hooked on.
Well, you're not inhaling, so it's more for flavor.
Maybe now, since Cuba is open to tourists, we can go down there and get a Cuban.
Hey, there you go.
Can't wait when all those McDonald's take over Cuba and it's just Subways and Taco Bells everywhere. It's going to be great. American culture really comes to Cuba. Sorry.
Matt, what are you doing?
We're going to piss off Castro. And of course, when George offers these cigars to Jerry, Kramer enters right on cue and takes them.
He doesn't even know what they are. And he's like, what? What is it? I'll take it.
I'll take it. Sure. I read that the writers on Seinfeld actually smoked Cuban cigars after filming episodes.
That's cool.
Which is pretty interesting. We should, if we ever talk to the other writers in the future, we should ask them that if that's entirely true. Was it every episode? Who had the Cubans? Did you broadcast it, or was it kind of like a little secret thing?
Well, it's funny how smoking cigars became kind of a synonymous thing with the show. Each main character has been seen with a cigar at some point.
That's true.
And I think, is this the first mention of Kramer and his love of cigars?
Cigars, maybe. We had a question about the pipe, but the episode's escaping me when he impersonates the Van Nostrand, with his jacket.
The jacket.
There's the pipe. We have the pipe in the Trip episode, but I don't think we've seen Kramer with a cigar.
Okay.
Not yet. But let's move on to, I think, what we are looking forward to the most in this episode. Maybe our energy will perk up a little bit. The intercom buzzes, and what do we get, Vinny?
Federal Express.
Well, Jerry buzzes Federal Express up because he's not expecting a package. And
you know what you just did? You just let a burglar into the building.
Very similar to the opposite. When Elaine is confronted by Tina, and
That's
she's
right.
like, last year you buzzed up a jewel thief.
And then after that, you buzz up some Jehovah's Witnesses and you come out the building.
And the strong box too. I think the buzzer comes into play there when he won't let Phil in because of all the robberies in the building.
Mrs. Phil.
That's my wife. But we get a little knock on the door. Kramer rolls up his magazine, ready to, clock whoever is there on the head.
Who is it?
Federal Express?
Okay, good. Well, I came back for you.
Oh, shut up.
I missed you.
Really?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, me too, miss. I miss.
Yeah, big missing going on.
Hey, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna get a match.
Oh, God. Whose suitcase is this?
Oh, it's my parents. My father came up to see a back specialist.
Oh, God. It's probably from sleeping on that sofa.
I had the same, like the reaction they had on screen, I had after her being absent for a couple episodes. It was such a treat, and the energy was so great to see all four of them back together hugging, and it was a perfect time for an embrace on Seinfeld.
Absolutely. I know there's the whole no hugging, no learning thing going on Seinfeld.
Fuck that.
This moment, I won't say I rolled a tear, but I got a little choked up watching this.
Yeah, you get chills.
You really do.
All these four, they belong together, and they're finally, reunited. Julia's first official episode of season 4.
Right. She's been absent.
She missed the first 4 episodes.
Technically.
She did a scene here and there, a single scene that was in previous episodes. But now she's back from maternity leave.
Yes, and I don't know, man. Part of me thinks that this isn't just acting because, this is really her first time back on set in months, and they all have to feel it. They all missed her, and it's just a wonderful moment. And I know we're gushing over these sitcom characters, but it doesn't happen that often on Seinfeld that people are happy and excited to be with each other. Like this. So it makes it all the more sweet when it happens.
Yeah. It's electric, though, the energy.
Oh, yeah. And that visual image, you don't even need the audio. You could, throw it in a montage, like on a clip show of just Elaine walking in and them all jumping up and down, really excited.
The feet stamping back and forth.
Absolutely. It's wonderful.
Now, did you notice when she hugs Kramer, she says, "I thought you went to California."
Oh, and he's like, "Oh, I came back for you."
Yeah. But again, they're referencing last season. Callbacks.
So if he moved to California, he must have been gone maybe all summer. I don't know. I think we tried to figure out the time of events, and it just never all lined up. That means Elaine was gone for months with Dr. Reston.
Good Lord.
Yeah, who knows? So we know Julia was away having her son during the summer and these early episodes, but some of the actors had some things to say when she returned. Jerry was known to say, "All of us felt out of balance, like there was a flavor missing from the ice cream split," which I thought was nice.
He's so good with that stuff.
That stuff.
With words.
Jason noted once she returned that, she's still one of the guys, but she doesn't hang around as much after they call rap. So I'm sure once Julia's back, the gang's back together and all, but afterwards they aren't as maybe social as they used to be.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, yeah, things are changing. I think Jason, he probably had his son at this point. Yeah, I believe so. So Jason's a family man. I guess this is Julia's first kid, though. So Jerry and George want to hear all about her trip with, Dr. Reston, Bishop from Aliens. And we get one of the best Seinfeldisms, I think, here about what you're saying when you're saying something without actually saying it. Vinny, what happens here?
Acting without acting. When you ask someone how their relationship is going, the person then touches their face. That is a indicator of the relationship not going well. And the higher up on the face you go, the worse the relationship is.
It's like a relationship barometer.
It's pronounced thermometer.
Yes. Well, in this case, they ask Elaine how things are going, and she's like, fine. And what does she do? She touches the cheek, I think, a little below the nose.
Yeah.
And Jerry and George pick up on it immediately, and Jerry points out, like, what is the first one? Like, how are things going with Alice? And he's like,
That's
good.
the chin.
Yeah, good. And it elevates. It's like, pretty good. Not bad. I got to get out.
Yep.
All the
That's
way
when
to
he
the eyes.
is pushing through the forehead there.
Mm-hmm. It's true. And that's an example in The Engagement when George and Jerry are at Monk's together. And Jerry's like, what are we doing? Right before that. What in our lives are we doing? He puts his hands up to his eyes and like pulls his hair back because he's just he can't take it anymore. Elaine's relationship with Dr. Reston isn't going well, and she really wants to end it here. But since he is or was her shrink, he knows all of her patterns, that she always finds a reason to leave, and he can't allow her to go. So, he's not letting her go.
He's got some kind of a hold over her, right?
Yeah, what kind of hold is that?
It's like a Svengali.
Svengali. This is where I learned the term Svengali.
I still don't know the term. I had to look it up.
Oh, yeah. Do you have any info from when you looked it up?
Yeah.
Anything
Svengali is a character from the novel Trilby. Svengali is a Jewish man of Eastern... This is all from Wikipedia.
Oh.
Jewish man of Eastern European descent who takes advantage of a young English girl and turns her into a famous singer. And that word has kind of evolved, Svengali, to come to mean a person who has evil intent, dominates, manipulates, and controls a creative person.
So it's not Svengali.
Svengali.
I want to say that, just like in passing, say Svengali, and see if anyone guesses or gets the reference. But I feel like I'm going to come off as someone who doesn't know how to pronounce Svengali.
Yeah. I think that would make for an excellent team name in Seinfeld trivia.
Svengali?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, Matt, should we discuss the fact that George is eating peanut butter out of Jerry's peanut butter? What do you call that thing?
A peanut butter jar?
Jar. That's the word.
Oh my God.
With his
not good.
Index finger.
Oh my God. Yeah, I kind of skipped over that. What'd you want to say about this?
Nothing.
I knew it. You just wanted to bring it up.
It's fun.
Yeah. Well,
cut that out.
No, it's all good. Something I really wanted to bring up here is, George and Jerry are trying to, help Elaine because she's stuck with this Svengali. George suggests that she tell Dr. Reston that she met someone or that an old boyfriend came into her life. But Elaine's like, nah, that's not going to work. And then Jerry says, nice try, to George. And George says, hey, I took a shot. What's going on there?
I have no friggin' idea. And every time I see this episode, I wonder, what does that mean? Something had to be cut, right?
Maybe. I don't have a deleted scene or any notes that there was something there originally. There might be, but maybe we could try to figure it out as two knuckleheads who think they can run a podcast.
On a night like tonight, I don't think so.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. The only thing that leapt to mind, because by saying, nice try, hey, I took a shot, first thing means he was just trying to help Elaine. So that would imply that George isn't good at ideas, but he's a good liar. So you would think, he would be able to help. But then I thought about the tape.
That's what I was thinking. Something with George pretending to be her boyfriend.
Yeah, which seems really weird if that's the case, that George might still have feelings for Elaine, or Elaine knows that George is trying to, like, if not date her, at least pretend to be his boyfriend. He's so desperate. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It just doesn't seem right either way.
Perhaps a question to pose to the listeners?
Yes, I think we need a lot of help from the listeners, actually, this episode. This whole time, Kramer's been gone looking for a match, and he can't find one anywhere, so he just decides to light that Cuban cigar right on the gas stove burner. And would you say this is one of the all-time classic moments? It might not be in people's top 10 lists, but that visual of...
Everybody knows this scene.
Everyone knows it. Smoke just pouring out of the top of Kramer's head. His hair is on fire. And everyone notices it except for him until he just, stops, smells something, and then just runs screaming to the bathroom to wash his hair out.
And if you look closely in this scene, Kramer's actually wearing a wig that had, it was a wig rigged to light and smoke. Mm-hmm. So on one take, when they did this, Michael ran to the bathroom, and I think his hand hit the top of the door, or the threshold.
It still does in the original. I think he has the cigar and it kind of breaks apart.
Okay. But the wig comes flying off. So if you see in the deleted scene or the blooper, Michael comes walking out and his wig is hanging off the back of his head and his hair's all wet. And everybody's cracking up. It's a good moment.
I think Jason's the one that notices, because he's the closest to the bathroom, that the wig falls off.
And he relays the information to Jerry and Julia.
A lot of laughing, not a whole lot of clarity of what's going on. But yeah, that's a great blooper. And what a great way, I feel like, to sort of wrap up this reunion of all the characters, because when Elaine arrives, you really just get right into her arc or her storyline for the next couple of episodes, the whole deal with Dr. Reston. So it's nice that we're, kind of capping this reunion scene with a really big over-the-top moment.
Yep.
So we're at the back specialist again. Morty comes back to the waiting room from his x-rays. Oh, by the way, a little bit of Curb Your Enthusiasm in there when Larry's in the waiting room and he makes a phone call.
Yeah.
With the doctor's phone, and it's Philip Baker Hall comes in and he's like, as the doctor, and he's like, what are you doing on my phone? Like, don't use the phone. This is my phone. Anyways, Morty comes back to the waiting room from his x-rays, and he starts to get dressed when he realizes something.
They stole my wallet. The bum stole my wallet.
My wallet's gone! My wallet's gone!
And he explains to the nurse, of course, that someone stole his wallet. He suspects the staff at the doctor's office. And Dr. Dembrow enters with his x-rays. But Morty just doesn't care. He wants to know who stole his wallet, especially because he had $225 in there. Great
trivia question.
Dr. Dembrow is sorry about the wallet, but Morty keeps pushing and accuses even him of running a clip joint to the...
That's a great term.
Yeah, clip joint. What kind of clip joint are you running here? To the point where Dr. Dembrow just storms out. He's like, all right, fine. You don't want to hear about your x-rays? I'm out of here.
Speaking of Dr. Dembrow, he's played by actor David Sage. He was in a Twilight Zone episode, Matt, in 1986.
Oh, 86, you said?
86.
86. I'm a huge fan of the original series. Rod Serling is my idol. All respect to Larry David. But the 80s series isn't too bad. It's not it's not the original, but it's
okay. All right. It tests.
It tests.
Okay.
All right, go.
All right.
Sorry.
So he was in a...
And I'm only apologizing to our listeners.
All right. He was in a Who's the Boss episode, Quantum Leap, Roseanne, Star Trek Next Generation, LA Law. Oh, and he was in a movie called Galaxies Are Colliding, which I thought was appropriate to bring up here.
That's great.
And he was in The Birdcage.
He is the senator to Gene Hackman. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Great movie. I watched that movie this summer after Robin Williams passed away. And,
it's on Netflix.
Yeah, it is such a good movie. God.
It really is.
So Helen just, can't believe Morty won't at least get a diagnosis considering they came all the way up from Florida. But he's like, hey, Dr. Dembrow is a bum. Let's get out of here. I think I was saying Denbrow earlier. It's Denbrow, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
He was originally called Dr. Sarno in the script.
Really? Get out of here.
The original draft.
Sarno?
You get out of here.
That's Sarno. No, mister. Accent on the no. Next scene is at Dr. Reston's office. Dr. Reston's office. Elaine is...
Hey, did you notice... Did you notice we see the exterior of his office?
Oh, yeah.
I never really picked up on it here because we're going to see it in a later episode when Kramer's outside and he's talking about how the entrance is on an angle.
Yes.
And it's architecturally incorrect.
Yes.
But you can see it in the daytime. It's the same exterior.
Yes. And that's the same place where she meets Joe Davola.
Side by side. Yeah.
Also, this might be a reach. I didn't do my homework, but the episode with Tim Watley with the Super Bowl tickets, where they embrace. I think it's the same set.
I have a feeling you're right.
You know what I'm talking about here?
That seems, yeah.
The Super Bowl sex romp.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, anyways, we'll get to that.
They could share a building, a dentist and a psychiatrist.
That's true.
Be on different floors.
I haven't really seen any entrances on a corner like that in New York. Maybe down in Wall Street, but anyways, Elaine's sitting with her shrink, Dr. Reston, shrink/boyfriend. Great shot here. It's Elaine. She looks really, really small, and she's almost dwarfed by that hand, Dr. Reston's hand in the foreground, holding that pencil or pen, whatever it is.
Poor Elaine.
So she's telling him, hey, there's someone else They've been close friends for years, and recently something just happened.
You mean sexually?
Yeah. How does she say this? Sexually.
Sexually.
Oh, poor Elaine. Indeed. Dr. Reston, or I guess the actor, his name's escaping me right now. We talked about him last week. Stephen McCaddy. Thank you. He is so good.
Stephen McCaddy.
Good call. It's a good call, Vinny. He is so good as
he's a creepy
Dr. Reston, but not just like creepy, like, oh, he makes me a little uneasy. And some of this, again, goes to Larry David's writing, but his pauses, the way he just looks at her without saying anything, it's so manipulative. Help me out here.
Manipulative.
He is, he's great. I feel like he's really messing with Elaine a little bit here. There's a moment after he has this phone call. He's like, oh, where were we? He knows exactly where they were.
Yeah.
I feel like he's just setting Elaine up to just kind of, as we know, she's not the best liar in the world, but just to really crumble.
Oh, he's pulling the strings at will.
Absolutely. Let's go to this phone call here for a second. They get interrupted.
Oh, who's calling?
Oh, yes, Bobo. Yeah, he gives him directions for his office. Yeah, 4 will be fine. All right, Bobo. Who the hell is Bobo?
And what's Bobo short for?
I don't know. It did make me think, though, because these episodes are all linked together, that this is Crazy Joe Davola. Is that possible?
That's a good question.
I think when I first saw these episodes, and I was aware of the whole Joe Davola arc, he could be Bobo, and he could be maybe off his meds or maybe on his meds. That's why he needs to be called.
Or in the opera, Joe Davola dresses up as a
clown.
Are there any clowns named Bobo? Or am I thinking of Bozo?
You're thinking of Bozo.
Damn.
Wait, who's Bozo?
You know Bozo.
No, who's Bozo?
Bozo the clown. He was the clown.
You're hung up on a clown from the 60s, man. All right, let's play a clip here of Dr. Reston being a total creep.
Elaine.
Yeah.
Do you remember your dream where you had a sexual encounter with a Chinese woman?
Yeah.
Elaine, I'm concerned about you.
Oh, no. Don't concern yourself with me because I'm good. I'm very good. I mean, I'm really very, very good.
Elaine, have you been urinating a lot again?
No.
And how often have you been seeing, I'm sorry, what is his name?
His name?
Yes, his name.
Well, what's the difference?
Are you afraid to tell me his name?
No, I just don't really see how that's relevant.
Doesn't matter if you don't see how. I see how.
His name. I don't even know. All right, you want to know his name? I'll tell you his name. His name is Kramer.
We're really delving into Elaine's psyche here.
Yeah, what's going on?
His head.
She's urinating a lot. She had a dream, a sexual encounter with a Chinese woman. I feel really bad. You know, everyone knows how much we like the Elaine character. We like them all. But I feel really bad for her here. She seems so vulnerable. Mm-hmm. This might be the worst Elaine scene next to the opera, as you mentioned earlier, when she's in Joe Davola's apartment, where I worry for her.
Yeah. It's Cape Fear.
Why does she go with Kramer, do you think, here?
First name that popped in her head. God. Oh, and again, she wouldn't touch George for a dollar, so...
I would argue George would have been the better name to say.
He would have been able to probably lie his way through that meeting, I would imagine.
Absolutely. I actually would love to have seen George go against Dr. Reston. You know what I mean?
That would have been a battle of wits.
Really would have. I do like, though, how Dr. Reston asks, oh, Kramer, is that his first name or his last name?
You know, I'm really uncomfortable talking about this. Yeah, it's a nice little teaser from the writers yet again.
Yes. What
we had it in the keys with the...
Yeah, the keys, or I'm sorry, the trip when the
ripped script.
Yeah, you can't tell. In that case, though, I don't remember how the rip fell. Was Kramer his first or his last name? It must have been his last name.
It was last because it was the keys, a script by Rip Kramer.
Right, and of course, Morty earlier called him Mr. Kramer. Mm-hmm. I never really thought about this, and we never really brought it up how Newman. We never find out Newman's name. I assume that's his first name. I don't know.
No, that's his last name.
You think it's his last name?
Yeah.
When the writers actually came up with Kramer's first name, Cosmo, I think we've read that a few of them regretted giving Kramer a first name, like revealing it. I kind of look at Newman as sort of that correction, that one character that they can leave in mystery a little bit. Do you think that was a decision they made on purpose because they gave away Kramer's name?
Probably after, the reveal, then they said, well, we can't give away Newman's now. We got to keep this mystique going. So I would see that.
There's nothing better than Newman giving that woman at the photo store Sheila, the business card, and it just says Newman.
Just Newman.
Just Newman.
Gotta get this made up. Mm-hmm. Speaking of names, in the original script, Dr. Reston was named Dr. Jeweler.
What?
Sweet. Yeah.
Dr. Jeweler?
Dr. Jeweler.
Jerry earlier just said that he took his watch to the jeweler. So that would be weird.
Very weird. Maybe that's why they changed it.
Yeah. And just
so we had two alternate doctor names. Dr. Denbrow was Sarno, and Dr. Reston was Jeweler.
Huh.
Jeweler.
God. Well, Dr. Reston wants Elaine to have Kramer give him a call, which she really isn't on board for. No, I couldn't do that.
You can and you will.
I can't. Okay. I'll have Kramer give you a call. And now we cut to, is this our last scene of the episode? Yeah. Our listeners are like, thank God.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah. So it's at a restaurant. I have to point out the name here. Is it La Boîte en Bois, I guess?
Uh-huh.
I only say this because over a couple of years when I was writing trivia questions, I like to write down the name of restaurants. This exterior is used quite a bit on Seinfeld. I'm pretty sure it's the same restaurant that George goes to with Karen, the risotto broad. And I think it comes back a few more times. The interior changes, but that exterior shot is reused often.
Does that bug you when they use an exterior multiple times, but the interior changes?
Well, I'm not entirely sure how often that happens. Sometimes you can excuse it because, hey, maybe they're in a different part of the restaurant. I personally love these restaurant scenes in season 4 more than later seasons. I feel like they get a little lazy, where they just do like a corner or a little table against a wall. These really feel like restaurants. It's a decent sized set. You see other people at their tables. I'm not a fan of the later stuff too much. So Jerry's hearing all about the incident with Dr. Denbrow when Uncle Leo arrives.
Hi, Uncle Leo.
Hello.
Hello, Leo.
Yeah, hello, Leo. Well, Leo's not very happy either. He just talked with Dr. Denbrow's son, who told them they almost had to call the police. And Leo wants Morty to send them a check and brings up twice, Vinny, that Denbrow did him a personal favor getting an appointment for Morty.
Not according to Leo. Leo only said it once.
Yes, but he did say it twice, right?
Yeah, he did.
And you can just see Leo's already mad at Morty, but Morty is just getting so pissed off at Leo.
Oh, he's disgusted by Leo.
He's so upset. He's like, you keep saying personal favor. Leo, you don't even know the doctor. His son happens to live on your floor.
And then Leo does this. He does a similar face to Elaine when she does the Sven Jolly line with the...
Oh, yes.
Which we didn't talk about earlier.
We didn't.
But, yeah, Leo makes this real physical
mocking
motion at Morty.
So happy that we're finally seeing these two characters and these two actors, old school actors, go at it because they are both awesome. Just wonderful in their roles. And I love it, too. This is something I think Larry David is really good at, is taking, older people, and you'd think there'd be a little bit of class, a little bit of maturity. But it seems to be that the older the character is, the less mature they are.
They've learned nothing. So Helen asks Leo, "Hey, Leo, where'd you get that watch?"
Ah, yes. Jerry slowly realizes as he hears the story, Leo found it in a garbage can. Kept terrible time. Who did he take it to?
Jimmy Sherman.
Now it works great. And there's this moment, Vinny, that you brought up earlier in the episode. They all want to take a look at the watch, and Jerry's like, hey, where's the waiter? Dad, let's get some red meat tonight. Let's live a little.
Oh, and I love how Leo adds fuel to the fire by saying, What kind of an idiot throws away a perfectly good watch?
Really digs that knife in deeper.
Mm-hmm.
And there's that little button that Larry David loves. Can we continue this another time?
To be continued.
Yeah, to be continued. This is something that I forgot about. I thought we only got it to be continued in The Trip.
Yeah, guess you're right.
But here we get it with the wallet. Before we wrap up here, we're getting a lot of double episodes. The Trips Part 1 and 2, The Pitch, The Ticket, which actually aired together. But now we're going to get the wallet and the watch, which makes me think that this to be continued was kind of unnecessary. I feel like the wallet and the watch could have aired together.
I agree. It could have been just like last week with a double episode.
Mm-hmm.
Curious as to why they would have done that.
Right. I guess we can get more into this in ratings. Let's move on to the stand-up.
Don't you hate to be continueds on TV? It's horrible when you sense the to be continued coming. You're watching the show, you're into the story, and then there's like 5 minutes left, and suddenly you realize, hey, they can't make it. Timmy's still stuck in the cave. There's no way they wrap this up in 5 minutes. I mean, the whole reason you watch a TV show is because it ends. If I wanted a long, boring story with no point to it, I have my life. A comedian can't do that. See, I can't go, man walks into a bar with a pig under his arm. Can you come back next week?
Solid stand-up from start to finish. And a stand-up about the very ending regarding a to be continued of the very show it's in.
It's perfect. This feels like, original Jerry material that he's like, oh, I've got a, perfect material just sitting in the wings for this.
And you really do sense when a show is about to end and it's all the storylines have been wrapped up yet, you get a little anxious about it.
Oh, I certainly do.
They're not going to make it.
Ratings?
So, what do you think?
All right, so Vinny, let's just talk about this episode as a whole. Obviously, this is part 1 of 2. We're going to get part 2 next week with the watch. But does this episode work for you as a to be continued? Do you feel like we get enough of an episode on its own?
Yeah, it's not a huge cliffhanger that you're like, well, what's going to happen with this watch?
Right.
Sound like Christopher Walken there. Watch, but. It's still a great, because it's coming, you know it's a great second part to the episode. So I guess you can't fault him for that, but at the same time, it doesn't have that cliffhanger feel of what'll happen next week on Seinfeld,
Yeah. But we should probably go over some of our favorite moments from this episode, but, to me, I just feel like this didn't need to be a to be continued. It seems a little unfair. Just because, the whole thing with Kramer with the trip, that totally makes sense. That's a cliffhanger.
Yeah,
it's
right.
Kramer's wanted for murder. Last week, the pitch and the ticket are so linked together. It needs to be an hour-long episode.
Yeah.
This one too. I just feel like it's maybe just missing a little bit for it to just hold up on its own. I don't just watch this episode on its own. I have to go to the wallet next.
I see what you're saying.
To really enjoy the arcs.
Yeah. So what you're saying is it should be an hour-long episode. Or
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. I'm on board.
Mm-hmm.
Change my tune.
But let's talk about some stuff that really worked for this episode, because I think we overall liked it.
Oh yeah. I mean, if for these 22 minutes, I love what we got, and I couldn't believe how many classic scenes and bits are in this one show.
Give me some of your favorite moments.
So again, we got Morty and Helen, and we got a whopping dose of the two of them. But Morty arguing with Jerry over paying for gas is one of my all-time favorite scenes on the show.
And a small moment, a very subtle moment.
Yeah.
That doesn't get a lot of attention.
Jerry, don't start up with me. Dad, I'll fight you.
Over my dead body, Jerry.
Yeah, no, don't do it. A lot of callbacks, referring to Morty hurting his back on the sofa. Elaine mentions the same thing. Elaine inquires about, Jerry or Kramer going to California. And then we got also things being set up. Kramer's love of cigars and a lot of things in the hopper right now.
A lot of seeds being planted for these, the first third of this season.
Yeah. We got the Federal Express gag with Elaine and the big reveal when we see, Julia for the first time this season. The audience goes nuts. And like you said, it's genuine on set. The actors really excited to have their fourth piece back.
Yeah. Those are all great moments, man. It's so funny, like how an episode can, in a sense, be one half of a story, yet just have so much going for it in the joke department and just like classic visuals or classic beats. But yeah, despite all of those, I just feel a little empty. A little bit. I want to watch The Watch. I want to watch The Watch.
I'm watching The Watchers, Jerry.
I want to talk about The Watch with you right now. And I think we kind of talked a little bit about it here or there because so many of the storylines that get set up here don't pay off until next week. But yeah, man, I think that Elaine moment when she enters and just everyone freaks out, never cared for that, or at least it just didn't like really do anything for me in the past. Watching these episodes, one by one with you and that build up to that moment and not really getting to talk about Elaine that much the past couple of weeks, it's just so rewarding to see them reunited.
Yep. I like that you're getting that soft side to you now.
Oh yeah, I've got a heart.
The fact that there's someone in the Seinfeld universe named Bobo is very, very funny to me.
I still think it's Joe Davola. I
actually really like that. I think it's a great one of those continuity connections we like to ponder over. Mm-hmm. But I buy it.
It pays off. Again, it's The Watch I'm thinking of, but it pays off a little bit next episode if it is, in fact, Bobo. Mm-hmm. That his appointment would be after Elaine's. Well, I think we said everything we need to say. What we like, the little things we didn't like about the episode. Last week, we put it out to our listeners to come up with some terms for us. We needed help with our rating system. If it's your first time listening to our show, we usually give an episode, a number from 1 to 10. And our listeners pointed out that we never go below a 7. And we stick mainly between 8 and 9.5. So there's really no consistency with our ratings. Mm-hmm. So again, we put it to our listeners to come up with terms that we could use. We're looking for, for the great episodes, the good episodes, the fair episodes, and then the poor episodes. And we got some great responses, some great suggestions from everyone. It really sucked. Well, it sucks to get all of these great ideas and only get to use a few of them. Mm-hmm. God, I mean, there are some great suggestions on Facebook, Twitter, email. We love them all, but we had to just narrow it down to probably the most simple, the most succinct, and the ones that people can get just by hearing that phrase, hearing that term. So we'll use those tonight after we give our number ratings. For example, I'll give this episode 8.5 sexual encounters with a Chinese woman out of 10. What about you, Vinny?
I love this episode. I'm giving it 9.5 bottles of calamine lotion out of 10.
Oh, excellent. Now, the reason we didn't give our other ratings is I haven't told you the other ones, Vinny. Are you ready for them?
Yeah, let's hear it.
So for great, it's going to be, that's gold, Jerry, gold. For good, we're venturing a little bit out of Seinfeld here. We're going to do pretty good.
Oh, that's perfect. Yes.
And then for okay, fair, we're going to do even Steven. That was one of our most popular suggestions.
Uh-huh.
And then for poor, there's nothing better than can't stand you.
I love it. I love them all.
Perfect.
To all. I do like how you said it sucks.
That one could also
I like that one too.
Work for maybe poor. We can go between the two.
Excellent ideas.
Oh, dude, we had so many great suggestions from people here. Breathtaking was a term. Mm-hmm. I'm just going through a few of these. We had a big, hefty, stinking faux pas. Those were from Mr. Mike on email. Michael Siegel had a great idea, I got to sit down, like the soup, it makes your knees shake.
I knew it as soon as you said it.
Mm-hmm. John Christensen had a good idea for a worst category would be must miss. I like that one a lot. Tom Gallos had 4 great suggestions. For classic, it would be a big salad. Pretty good would be 2 side salads. Not bad would be chicken salad, untoasted. And then bad would be a cup of Sanka. So a lot of food analogies there.
Yeah, cute.
David Brown for his great would be the best, Jerry, the best. So we did something similar, Gold, Jerry, Gold. He also had the pretty good, even Steven. So we took 3 of David Brown's there. His hate one, the one that was really poor was Look Away, I'm Hideous.
Oh, yeah.
For the Kramer suggestion.
Like it.
Joe Leader had a Golden Boy for the best episode. Hate would be the Drake, hate the Drake. And he also had a even Steven suggestion in there. Kristen Burns had for hate Bad Chicken, Mess You Up. And let's see, another one is Brian Gubin had for great Spongeworthy. Just Okay would be not that there's anything wrong with that. And he also had Can't Stand You for the poor. So you can see we borrowed from some of our listeners, but we couldn't use them all. Thanks, everyone, for the suggestion. That's
excellent.
Very
Excellent
creative.
work,
They should be doing the Seinfeld show, not us.
we can wrap it up right now.
Yeah, you guys can take over
close
for
up
us.
shop.
So again,
you notice nobody came up with Hoochie Mama.
there's just too many. Maybe every season we mix it up. I don't want to overcomplicate this, but so Vinny, let's use our alternate rating system here for the first time. Again, I'm 8.5 sexual encounters with a Chinese woman out of 10, and we're using those numbers in that system just because we love coming up with the noun, the rating system. But for this, I'm going to put this episode, The Wallet, somewhere between pretty good and even Steven. So that's really where it falls for me. It's somewhere between good and okay. I'd say closer towards good because I love season 4 so much.
You're crazy.
You?
This episode's gold, baby. It's gold.
Really? All the way?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to be saying that a lot, so get used to it.
Oh, a lot of golds. All right, cool. Let's get out of here.
Thanks for tuning into Seincast this week. Send us an email at seincast@gmail.com. Like us and follow us on Facebook. We're on Twitter at Seincast. We have an Instagram page, a Tumblr page, and a Pinterest page.
Yes, we do. And we're on iTunes. And if you ever, happen to be in the neighborhood, leave us a rating and review on iTunes. We really appreciate it. We've gotten a bunch from a lot of our listeners, so thanks again. Vinny, what episode are we discussing next week if we haven't already set it up?
Next week, we'll be discussing the 6th episode of Season 4, The Watch. By the way, Matt, you know why fish are so thin?
No, why?
They eat fish.
Excuse me. I'm Matt.
I'm Vinny.
Signing off. Seinecast is not endorsed by Castle Rock Entertainment, Sony Pictures, or NBC. It is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. The official Seinfeld site can be found at sonypictures.com/TV/Seinfeld. Seinfeld, the Seinfeld logo, and all names, pictures, and audio of Seinfeld characters are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders.
It's a good cigar. Wow!